Breakfast with Gary and Tim.
We just argue all the time out there. We're like an old married couple, but I think it's just how we get the best out of each other. And he's obviously a fantastic player. See there, him spoiling me. We do that a fair bit, but we had a little bit of trouble early on, especially with that sort of stuff. When we first started playing together, we'd spoil each other and we'd argue. But now it's just, I feel like once we have that argument, we just move on straight away.
That's half of the old married couple that have established the Demons as the number one defensive team of the past 4 or 5 years. The other half, of course, is Stephen May, one of our favourites here, Wisp. He's been good enough to join us this morning. Welcome, Mayzy.
G'day, Gaz. How you going, mate?
Good to talk to you, young man. I don't know if you saw Jake Lever on Monday night on the couch, but he was highly complimentary of you and the relationship, but he said at times you do find something to argue about.
Yeah, no, I gave that one a miss, mate. I see him enough every day. So, but no, we have a great relationship. No doubt he would have been talking about me spoiling him or something. No doubt, because he's our intercept king, and we both read the ball so well, and sometimes we get in each other's way. But I really love the way he plays, and I guess his passion for not being scored against, and that's probably where a lot of that frustration stems from, is when there's a breakdown, we try and play perfect and expect teams not to score any points, but that's just insane, and that'll never happen. But I guess that's what keeps us in good stead, and keeping us as a ruthless defence.
Yeah. Who is the senior partner then between the two of you?
Oh, mate, if you're asking who's telling the other one off a lot, it's mostly me telling Jake. He's got a tough role. You know, he has to play on someone, then he has to try and intercept the ball. So sometimes he can get that wrong. Whereas in terms of my role, is a lot easier. Like, I get the big dog, follow him around, try not to let him kick goals. So I can see it a lot easier from fullback. And he's got a really tough job, and obviously he can't get every decision right. But he's a very optimistic player in terms of everything's not going that bad, whereas I'm probably a bit more pessimistic, and everything that goes wrong, it feels like it's 10 times worse. So I think we're a bit of yin and yang like that, and we get a good. The coaches can bounce off us and see how the game's feeling down back. We get an honest view both sides of the ball.
We got Geelong this weekend. Who's the big dog? Is it Tom Hawkins or is it Jeremy Cameron?
It's been Hawkins for a very long time. I think Jez has actually been playing up the ground a bit more, and kicking a lot of goals from playing in multiple positions. So I think those two are they're just as important to each other. Like you saw last week, Hawkins was able to take Wiedering. And then Cameron was able to get up the ground and try and get a mismatch with a smaller defender. So it's definitely going to be a headache, that's for sure.
What do you do then? We've just been talking about it, and clearly Gary and I, we just speculate as to how you might play these players, particularly somebody as damaging as Cameron. Did you send somebody with him who goes all the way with him? Because he's got this amazing ability, once you drop off him, to find the ball, and then he can pick his way through your defensive unit too, because he's such a lovely field kick.
Yes, you're right, mate. I'm sure they're in strategy right now, our coaches, but if you send a big key back to him, he can get him up to the stoppage and try and lose him up there and get involved up the ground. Or if you send a smaller to him, he can in general play, get that smaller defender inside 50 and use his size and strength. So you got to sort of have that perfect hybrid defender who can follow him everywhere, but also has the key defensive skills. So. I'm sure we'll trust our system over just a one-on-one matchup, and we got a lot of really good young not key defenders, like sort of speed defenders who are really good one-on-one. So I'm sure we'll just back our system and try not to hope for too many one-on-ones because those two are both, and even Stengel as well is a very tricky matchup. So and Henry, but there's a lot of them.
And Myers.
And there's Myers.
And Close.
And Close, there you go. So there's no point trying to have 6 individual one-on-one battles going, because no doubt that's where a lot of their talent is. So let's hope our mids get on top inside and give us some dirty ball, and our defensive system that's been so strong comes away with the win.
We're with Stephen May here, the Melbourne defender. So Mayzy, it was a lot of teams in this competition for the early part of this year anyway found themselves, with a pretty heavy schedule, and you were one of them, and not exclusively, but the Demons had 3 games in succession. Brisbane did, Collingwood have. There's lots of them. How important was it to get the buy-in? How important was the fact that you've come back and played on was it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday night last week, and now you've played on a Saturday. So you've had a bye and a nice long rest coming into this game against the Cats.
Yeah, no, it's I've definitely loved the rest. The young boys were probably feeling like playing a bit more games because there's so much excitement around the club. But it is a bit of a weird schedule, like because of the Thursday night games and then the gather round and then there's the Anzac Eve. Like you just nothing you can do about those sort of shorter breaks. But we're lucky enough to get a bigger break heading into a big game against Geelong, which we need because they're such a powerful outfit, and the only undefeated. The only undefeated side, I think.
That's
still.
right. Yep.
So we need all the help we can get with that. But I know we're going to have probably another big break coming up after the Carlton game because we play on a Thursday, and then there's no doubt we'll have some 5-6 day breaks again. So it's just the AFL season. It's rigorous, and thankfully for our medical staff, our sports science, they give us the best chance to recover and not lose our fitness and still be sharp going into games.
And what about Clayton, Oliver? How sharp do you think he is at the moment, given the surgery that he had, and had a bit of time to recover from that as well? But do you think he's almost back to his hands being operating at the absolute optimum? Yes,
I'm excited for Clayton. He's such a warrior. The way he was able to play with those injuries, during that period you speak about, where we played those 3 games in I think 12 days or something. You could tell he was hurting, but he wouldn't show it, and he played a selfless role for the team. But now he's starting to, he can mark the ball and pull the ball, which he kind of needs to do playing inside mid. And he's only going to get better and better. And we have all those mids firing. It makes us a really powerful team.
When you're training, you're matching up with Van Rooyen, or you're matching up with Fritsch or Petty, or even Daniel Turner, who kicked goals on the weekend. Which of them's the biggest challenge for you?
They have changed a bit in the last sort of 2 years. A few of those guys are playing down back with us, so we sort of know how to play those guys. But probably the one that's probably the most tricky for me personally is probably Fritsch, because he's not really a key defender, a key forward. He's a bit slippery and he can get you on the ground. And whereas big Van Rooyen, he's a big brute of a kid, and Petty can fly at the ball. Daniel Turner, I actually don't know yet. I saw him go forward and kick a few goals, and I went, well, great move, because I've only seen him play down back with me. So it'll be interesting to see. We got a main session today, and no doubt we'll be matching up and getting some contests against those guys. But they're only young. Disco's only young, and he's going to start, improving his arsenal as a forward. After spending so much time down back since he's been in the AFL system. So, we certainly have an array of forwards up, different threats up front that are going to be hard to match up on because they're all so different.
It is going to be a great game on Saturday afternoon. Saturday night. Stephen May, Melbourne defender. We're talking to him this morning. You're also training to be a commercial pilot. How's all that going?
Yeah, mate, it's going really well. I've just changed flight schools actually down to Tyab, which is handy because there's less traffic down there. Moorabbin Airport, where I was previously, is full on. There's a lot of planes in the sky. It's hard to get up in the air. So I just moved to Tyab, and because we train out at Casey, it makes it a lot easier going there. After training to get my training in. So mate, it's gone well.
Yep.
Something I'm passionate about, and hopefully just good weather sticks around, because soon I'll be grounded and I'll be stuck in the classroom. So, yeah.
Can you fly on your own yet, or do you have to fly with somebody?
Yeah. So I'll fly. I've done about probably 20 hours solo. So,
wow.
You sort of train with your instructor, and then you sort of try and do that. To put it short, then you go and do that lesson on your own, just to sort of show that you know what he taught you, and then you can execute it in the air. And then report back what went wrong, what didn't go, what went didn't go right, I guess.
And when it doesn't go right, do you argue with him like you do with Jake Lee?
No, mate, I'm all ears. I'm all ears in the classroom. Unfortunately, I've played a few games of AFL now, so I kind of know what goes wrong and what goes right and how to fix it. But in the air, I'm all ears. I'm like a first year draft pick, and I'm just listening to the senior players.
And I don't know whether you're at that stage. Are you allowed to take any of your teammates up?
Yeah, I can actually take them around the training area, which is around Tyre, but no one's really put their hand up yet. Which is, I don't know how to take that. They don't trust me. They trust me down back to play on the best forward, but they don't want to come for a flight.
Good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gary, is that it? You finished?
No, I was waiting for you, but you've also moved into a new house, I'm told. How's that all gone?
Yeah, it's gone great, mate. Down in Mount Eliza now, down in God's country. So it's very nice down here, very chill. And that's another reason why I moved to Tyre Flight School, just because it's a lot closer. But it's good to have a bit more room than being up in the city. And yeah, it's a bit more of a chilled lifestyle being down near the beach. So, no, loving it, mate. It's going well.
Welcome down to the peninsula. We'll have a game of golf. I'll take you out to my private club. It'll be a great experience. You're guaranteed a victory, so you'll enjoy it. Hey, good luck. We want Melbourne supporters to get along, and the MCG Saturday night. You haven't played the Cats there for, I think, since 2021, so it'll be a massive game. We want as many people in there supporting the Demons and the Cats as possible. So good luck, mate, and thanks for joining us.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me. Get down to the game, guys. It's going to be a ripper.
Yeah, good on you. Stephen May joining us there, star fullback for the Melbourne Footy Club. Someone said, why do you only interview May? Well, because he's a semi-regular for us. That's why.
And he likes coming on our program too.
He's great.
I thought that game was the late afternoon game.
Saturday night Whispers. Saturday night.
I'm not sure the scheduling of that game is the right spot.
Saturday night special?
No, I don't think it's a Saturday nighter. It's a great game. Great contest,
what do you mean it's not
potentially.
A Saturday nighter?
Well, I don't know that the Geelong people like to come up the highway on a Saturday.
All right, we'll talk about it
later on a Saturday.
After the break.